White trunks for José Aldo. Red trunks for Hominick. Early combination by Aldo. Truly one of MMA's elite, and those leg kicks are vicious.
And he landed one right out of the gate.
Uppercut. Hominick is very good with his jab, but already two big kicks.
And he isn't even having time to check those kicks, Mike. Left hook to the liver, followed by that leg kick.
Hominick's wife due to give birth to their first child any day. Mark trying to make this the greatest week of his life. What a fierce, competitive, and dangerous champion is standing in front of him. Clipped with the left hand by Hominick. Remember, title fight, 5 5-minute rounds. What a pace they set early.
Again with that leg kick. And one of the keys to his leg kicks is that he was a very good soccer player in Brazil and almost competitive at a professional level. And that has a big impact on his ability to throw his legs around. His explosion with his legs, his ability to move.
Hominick tries to come back with his own combination, but that lead leg is already showing the effects of the multiple kicks that have landed courtesy of Aldo.
Again, so many soccer players make an excellent transition to MMA. Oh, he takes it down. Kenny Florian, Ricardo Arona. Hominick looking for an armbar. Aldo defended nicely, but Hominick's letting him know he's not going to lay on his back. He will attack.
Aldo forcing this fight to the ground here in round 1. 20 wins for Hominick, 18 for Aldo. Awarded the first UFC featherweight championship belt back in November of last year.
Grab the glove, Mark. Grab the whole hand. Protect from that left elbow. You want to get inside of his elbow.
You know, you talk about the quick hands and the perfect technique as a striker of Hominick, but he has a very underrated game on his back.
No problem. No problem. Inside of his arm. You got to hold the inside of his arms.
Very
Sean
good with
Tompkins
submissions
right in front of him here,
Mike.
Mike.
Moving your head a bit on the ground.
You hear that voice? That is his lifelong coach, Sean Tompkins.
Tompkins was the best man in his wedding. Married his teammate Sam Stout's sister. They are very close-knit. They have basically grown up together and matured greatly in this sport together. Sean is at home in Las Vegas now, but came out here for 5 weeks to Ontario to be with Hominick and get him prepared for tonight's battle.
Come on, Jose, let's go. Improve your position. You want to stay there. Let's go.
Jose llooking for some elbows.
Tie him up.
And as McCarthy says this, if Hominick just ties him up here and holds onto his arms, he might be able to get this fight stood back up.
And John McCarthy talked about that, as you mentioned, Joe. Said, make something happen or I'll stand you up. And that may be exactly what Mark is working towards, is that stalemate. And obviously to avoid damage. Cut looks like opened up under the eye with that elbow.
Big John's about to stand him up any second now if Aldo doesn't do something. And he does.
That would delay that from happening. Hasn't lost in 3 years, has Hominick.
Right side now. Right side.
Aldo set up fighting here tonight at Rogers Center in front of 55,000, most of them Mark Hominick fans. Said it's only 2 of us in the octagon when the fight takes place, me and Mark Hominick.
Stop.
There we go, the stand-up. Aldo's only fought at home in Brazil 3 times in 19 professional fights. 20 seconds.
Again,
to the
with a
body.
vicious leg kick. But Hominick can take those leg kicks and he's down again.
Both of these men, such superbly conditioned athletes, they can go 25 minutes at this pace and never look back.
Well, that's Very important point, Mike, that this is a 5-round fight.
Cut is under the eye of Hominick, which if you're going to get opened up around the eye, that's the preferable spot so the blood doesn't roll down and affect your vision. Trying to go to the body. Aldo looking to always improve his arsenal. Trained in Holland for some time with Andy Sauer, who has a very similar style to Mark Hominick. Sauer, legendary fighter with over 130
Brutal
wins.
left hook to the body by Hominick. And I'm noticing something, Mike. What I'm noticing is that Aldo is opening his mouth.
They said in the corner, Joe, he's getting tired. And Hominick didn't even take the stool.
Well, one thing to be considered is that Aldo had a very tough weight cut. We had the Big Seven, the 7 world champions all up on the stage, and we were interviewing them, and Aldo had to leave early because he was feeling lightheaded.
That time, the shot was stuffed immediately.
He's moving much slower.
Hominick goes to the head and then the body. With a couple of good hooks. Hominick doing a better job at closing the gap a bit, Joe, to avoid those low kicks of Aldo.
No kick so far from Hominick.
Stuffs another takedown.
Nice straight right by Hominick. And a left hook.
He truly fights like a machine, too. I mean, he will keep coming and coming, looking to finish the fight.
Well, he has no problem making 145, Mike, and he is superbly conditioned.
I mean, back in the day, Joe, he left what was a UFC career at the time to go to his proper weight to fight in smaller shows at 145.
He's outboxing José Aldo right now.
Aldo trying to utilize some head movement to slip the punches of Hominick. There's a takedown. Gets it on the 3rd try here in this round.
And if Hominick is smart, he's just going to tie him up here, Mike. Tie him up, force the stand-up.
Hominick on the bottom, trying to become the 3rd Canadian to hold the UFC championship.
He's got to wrap up that left arm, because that's the one he keeps landing at that elbow.
Carlos Newton the first, of course, George St. Pierre, the longtime welterweight champion. Right in front of Sean Tompkins and the corner of Hominick again.
And Tompkins again is telling him, tie him up, and force the stand-up. And that's what he's doing. Hold on to those arms.
Looking to posture up is Jose. Under 2 on the clock here in the 2nd.
Fingers out of it, Mark. Mark, next time you grab it, let's start taking points. Keep your hands out of it. Push up, don't put your fingers through it.
John McCarthy talking about the placement of the fingers when you're throwing down punches.
No, actually he's talking to him about grabbing the fence. He's saying you push off the fence, but don't put your fingers through it.
Warned him about potential points being deducted as the fight continues.
Let's go, improve your position.
Again, right on top of it, 115 now, Joe. Missed with that one. Hominick staying slippery from the bottom. There he goes, stand up. With a minute on the clock. Here in the 2nd of a potential 5.
And Aldo just looked up at the clock, Mike.
Aldo has a cut under his right eye.
Maybe. It might be the blood from Hominick.
There's a short kick that you talked about. Tries to set up the takedown.
He moves into side control now. With plenty of time to work.
Aldo is shot continuously for takedowns in the first 2 rounds of this fight. That may be a sign of the respect that he has for the stand-up skills of his opponent tonight.
Well, where Hominick has his feet right now, Mike, if he chooses to, he may explode to try to get out of this position and push off of that cage. If he feels Aldo rolling on him in a position where he can move his body weight, he may use his feet off that cage to explode.
Final seconds of round 2.
ready? You ready? Get out!
Round 3. The sense from the Hominick camp that their opponent continues to fade. Big uppercut. Hominick just pumping that jab. Light on his feet is Hominick. Lightning quick with the hands. Again, good head movement by his opponent.
Nice fake with the left, inside leg kick. Hominick is starting to get loose, Mike. Nice leg kick.
Brings that jab from all different angles, whatever angle needed to find the opening. So many different angles and directions the jab can come from. That's a very straight 1-2 from Aldo.
This is Mark Hominick's type of fight, Mike. The more this stays in the center of the cage and becomes a kickboxing match, the more Hominick has a chance to counter.
And the more it does, Joe, the more often we see José Aldo look for takedowns, which he's done in the first couple of rounds, and he does so again here.
This time Hominick stuffs it. That's a big difference.
Stuffed a couple in the second. Aldo was successful in the latter part of the round, taking the fight back down to the ground. UFC featherweight title on the line for the very first time. Great head movement again by José Aldo. Lead uppercut. Chopping down the leg.
Kick. That leg kick that he throws to that left leg. I don't think Hominick has checked one of those.
All those takedowns will work to his benefit if this fight continues the way it has and goes the distance.
That jab by Hominick is very nice. Look at that straight right. Nice and quick and sneaky.
That hand speed that we talked about and the perfect technique. That just makes it appear many times faster, and it actually is already very, very quick.
And look how well Hominick stays in the pocket as he avoids those punches. I mean, he knows the exact amount to move.
Trying to stuff it. There it is again. Every time Hominick starts to really get comfortable with the hands, José looks to shut him down with a takedown.
See how Hominick, how close he is when he's avoiding those shots? That's a real expert striker in there, Mike.
Staying at his range and really tight, making it tough for Aldo to deliver those kicks.
And just sliding out of the way of those punches. You see how he's doing that? That's brilliant.
His daughter to be born any day now. Their first child. He and his wife Ashley. His mom Marie. His grandmother Lamas. Big shots by Hominick. Aldo pouncing on under 90 seconds. On the clock here in the third. And he gives the thumbs up.
Aldo realized he couldn't finish him in this particular moment, and he relaxed to conserve energy, knowing that this is a 5-round fight.
Mark Hominick saying that I've spent 15 years preparing for this night. Ontario native, has lived here his entire life, fighting in front of 55,000 in his home province, the big city of Toronto, the largest city in Canada. Definitely a shift in the momentum here in round 3 with Aldo delivering a very punishing blow to Mark Hominick. 10 seconds.
Well, he
Now
tagged him with 2 hard shots, Mike, and we'll take a look at those in the replay, but it made a big difference, obviously. And it looked like Hominick for a while was in big trouble.
Perhaps the greatest night in UFC history. Championship rounds.
Hominick is blinking a lot with that left eye, Mike. He's having a hard time seeing out of it.
The corner of Aldo talked about no takedowns. But that combination that led to Hominick on his back could be a huge factor in round 3.
There was that vicious leg kick again. You can tell how conditioned Hominick's legs are, that he really hasn't felt. He got hurt there.
Caught on the chin with the right hand.
Let's go.
Action continues.
He hit him low and apologized. José Aldo's a gentleman. There's that leg kick again.
It hurts to watch those land, let alone to take Uriah Faber. Took so many, it just showed the courage of a champion in that fight against Jose.
Well, the real difference is that Hominick is a kickboxer and has been hit there about 1 million times. And his legs are conditioned for it.
Jose is making Hominick miss. Hasn't been able to slip and rip too often, though, and make him pay.
Time.
He went for the knee, and he inadvertently caught him with
right
the foot.
here.
You know, Hominick's upset, but
you're ready to go,
it really was an
Tell me when you're
accident.
ready.
We'll take a look at it here, but you can
Back to your
clearly
corner,
see
back
that
to
he was
corner.
trying to hit him with a knee.
Gotta watch it, get him up, okay? Understand? Next time I'm gonna take a point.
All right, no need to even look at it. Hominick's back.
3.5. And again,
You wobbled him with that one, Mike.
and again to the same exact spot.
Oh, he's limping now, Mike.
Trying to just beat him to the punch or the kick as it is here. Great head movement again by Aldo. Jose Aldo said his heroes, Chuck Liddell, Pedro his own. Said the one thing I've always wanted to do was put on great fights and attack constantly like the Hall of Famer Chuck the Iceman Liddell did. Finished
I love
fights.
that combination he does, that left hook to the body and then a leg kick behind it. Double jab.
Blocked again. Aldo on top of Hominick. A lot of time remains here in the 4th round.
Fica em pé pra bater, né, meu? Olha só. Fica em pé pra bater, fica em pé. Isso, fica em pé pra bater, vai.
11-fight win streak for Jose Aldo. Has not lost since 2005.
Hominick has a huge hematoma on his forehead, Mike. It is nasty. Look at the size of that thing.
Olha o braço, olha o braço. Olha o braço. Olha o braço direito aí.
Watch the fingers in his face, Jose.
Joelho no meio. Ele vai virar de quatro, vai bater a porrada de quatro. Mete o joelho no meio, mete o
If
joelho
he
no meio.
makes it out of this round, that's a big if. He's going to have a real problem with that in the corner. They may very well stop this fight just on the basis of that swelling, because that looks like he's got an extra head.
Wow, it's just blowing up.
Yeah, I'm sure Big John is looking very carefully at that right now.
Hominick would like to pull off a miracle from the bottom.
Vai se doar até em cima e vai parar. Olha o braço, olha o braço.
Considered by everyone one of the top 3 pound-for-pound greatest fighters in the world. Jose Aldo.
Look at the size of that. That is, without a doubt, the biggest one we've ever seen. That's it. John's going to call in a doctor, and I think that's going to be it. I don't see how a doctor could let that fight go on. There's no way. Look at that thing.
Get over there.
Wow.
You want to continue, Mark? That's what I thought. I think he's good.
Everything looks good.
All right.
Wow.
That's the one here. Okay.
That thing popped.
Man, Mark,
Stay right here.
you want to continue, Mark? Yeah. That's what I thought. This is what did the damage.
Did the damage here. A nice short. Look at it immediately.
Hominick is the machine. Aldo, the champion. Hominick, no hesitation when asked by referee John McCarthy if he wanted to continue. Under 30 on the clock here in the fourth round. A big round for José Aldo. That advantage early with the crisp combos and the footwork and the hand speed. It's been neutralized and nullified by José Aldo.
Watch the back of the
Who
head,
again
Mark.
finishes a round in top position, which is huge.
Stop. Good job. Nice, there we go. Get it up.
Fifth and final round. 5 minutes left. What a warrior Mark Hominick is. His spirit equal to that of the champion, who again punishes the leg. Hominick knows he's got to let it go here in the fifth, Joe. Some of those takedowns have come at critical moments for Aldo. Slips and rips. And again counters nicely. Hominick standing right in front of Aldo with a big uppercut.
Aldo hurt him with that uppercut, Mike. Delayed reaction. Look at this. Hominick takes him
Trying
down.
to choke him out. Nope. Blood dripping. Battle continues.
You do a punch.
First time we've seen Hominick in top position in this fight.
I think what's bleeding, Mike, might be that hematoma. I can't see from this angle, but there's a lot of blood coming out of something. And Aldo looks disgusted. Nope, it's not out of that. It's out of the cut on the cheek. Oh man, that is nasty. It's really leaking bad. But Hominick can't afford to lose this top position. He's got to keep working. Oh! Trying to get wrist control to control those left hands, because those are hurting him, Mike.
Listen to this place.
And again he lands it.
Watch your foot, Jose.
Joe, he may truly have to finish this fight to walk away with the belt. Mark Hominick rallying here in the fifth from top position, damaging ground and pound. Good hammer fist, postured up, left hand. Aldo looks exhausted. 55,000 on their feet.
Grab the wrist, not the glove.
Even from that angle, you see the immense swelling on the forehead of Hominick. What a great title fight.
Hominick digging to the body here.
The first ever title fight in UFC featherweight history. Hominick is in a great position, raining down more punches. Aldo trying to slow the attack with wrist control. center, under a minute. Can he force the stoppage? Can he become the new champion?
Can he pass this guard and get some real ground and pound in? Another left hand.
45 seconds for the Canadian.
Aldo is so tired. I would like to see Hominick try to pass here, Mike. Oh!
Huge shots to the body. A hammer fist again. 30 seconds.
Big left hand.
20 on the clock. 15 seconds. Final 10 seconds of this fight. Hominick and Aldo have gone the distance.
Wow, what a fight it was. And here's the end. Mark Hominick doing the best damage in the fight in this final round. The first time he got the top position, an exhausted Aldo tries to defend, and Hominick just over and over again pounds his midsection and hits him with punches to the face as well. I mean, that was the greater part of that last round, Mike.
The winner by unanimous decision, and still the UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
Are you ready, Kenny? Are you ready? Let's go fight, guys.
Undeniably, this is the biggest fight of his life. Florian in the black trunks, blue trunks for Aldo. Inside leg kicks will be very prevalent in this fight.
Kenny opens up with the kicks.
Kenny has got very heavy kicks and very bony the way he digs that thigh into his opponent, and those vicious elbows.
And like Aldo, we said, started out as a soccer player.
Yep. Division I at Boston College was Florian. Semi-professional in Brazil was Aldo.
Kenny also has a very sharp right jab.
Aldo pushes forward. What's going to be very, very important and imperative to Florian's success is his footwork too, which he's worked on a ton with Peter Welch in Southie.
And his stamina and composure should this fight go into the later rounds.
First against Shirk, then against Penn. Now tonight against Aldo. Got stopped. There's the power.
He got
of
tagged.
José Aldo.
He got tagged, Mike.
Stopped and hammered on.
Kenny can take it, but that punch rocked him. He's pointing to him. What is he saying? He pointed to the referee and said something. Oh, he's saying he poked him in the eye, he's saying.
And Jose acknowledged it. Good lead right hook by Florian. Kenny looks for the takedown. Wow, what a scramble. Up against the cage. Right in front of his corner.
Kenny would very much like to get some ground and pound off on José Aldo. As we said, he saw the Mark Hominick fight, and he saw Aldo on his back and saw a lot of openings where he could have capitalized.
He's tried to take José Aldo down not once but twice here early, Joe. Kenny Florian has been defeated in every fight in which he was unable to land a takedown. Sanchez, Shirk, Penn, and Maynard. Every other fight he has been victorious in during his UFC career. Aldo is 19-1 overall. 12-fight win streak, hasn't lost since 2005. Midway point of the first of a potential five-minute rounds.
And Kenny, even if he can't take him down here, and he does take him down.
He got it. Fight back up is Aldo.
And drops right back down to it. This is wearing Aldo out. Even if Kenny can't take him down, he's making him work very, very hard. And for a guy who has a hard time making this weight and had questionable stamina in the Hominick fight, this is an excellent strategy. Kenny's sticking behind him. Kenny's got his back.
Florian has outstanding submission skills.
Aldo is attacking though. He's looking for a Kimura on Kenny's left arm. He let that go to defend the takedown.
Remember, Aldo was able to stuff Mike Brown on numerous occasions when he looked to take him down and put him on his back. 93% takedown offense. The opponents of José Aldo, 2 of 28 coming into tonight on their takedowns. Combination by Florian. Pederneiras thinks that Aldo is the stronger of the two fighters. Ducks under.
Beautiful timing by Kenny Florian.
To the body. He's got him thinking, Joe.
He's imposing his will right now. You know, and Kenny Florian is one of the bigger guys in this division. That's something really to consider. At 5'10", he carries 145 pounds very well. He's very long and lanky. He's got an excellent reach, and his movement tonight is sensational.
And the real key for Florian is he wants to fight his fight because he didn't feel like he did that against BJ.
He's constantly on José Aldo.
Patience and pressure.
Nice knee to the body by Kenny.
Florian has said he respects the skills of Aldo immensely. Elbow.
And Kenny has some nasty elbows.
Some of the best in the business.
Very good at cutting fighters. Slices the elbow across the skin.
Left his buddy Alex Karalexis with a big stop. After a big flurry by Aldo early, good job done by Ken Flo. We got ourselves a title fight.
That's a
training in beautiful Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Again, Kenny misses the takedown but lands a nice right hand.
Kenny gonna try to circle away from that powerful right kick of José Aldo. Throws his own. Superman punch.
Kenny is making Aldo think.
He is one of the master strategists in this game. 17th UFC fight, Joe. I mean, the UFC record is 25. You got Koscheck and Florian at 17, 18 from season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Well, Kenny's very, very intelligent, Mike, and very disciplined as well. And he's obviously formulated an excellent game plan.
Ducks under.
And I'll tell you what, Kenny Florian has a very underrated chin, too. You know, he's only been stopped once by Diego Sanchez in the UFC, and that was a ground and pound stoppage when Diego was just, quite frankly, much bigger than him.
And he was stopped by wrestlers in Gray Maynard, in Sean Shirk. The only time he really kind of got outstruck was BJ Penn with that stiff jab he used in Philly. I mean, Shirk, he bloodied up from the bottom.
Yeah, his elbows from the bottom were outstanding in that fight. He's got José Aldo thinking, Mike.
Florian with the 1-2.
I'll tell you what's happened with the takedown attempts by Kenny Florian and the clinching is that it's taken away the kicks of José Aldo.
Which is taking away maybe his best weapon.
Oh yeah, a huge part of his arsenal. He just does not want to throw those kicks. He hasn't thrown a single one yet, and we're deep into the second round. Meanwhile, Kenny is free to throw everything. And that creates a much better distance for Kenny, who's also the taller fighter.
Florian with that 4-inch reach advantage in this featherweight title fight.
Florian's doing a lot of feinting too, throwing a lot of fakes, getting Aldo to think. There's the first kick by Aldo.
And again. And there are many people, Joe, who say the inside leg kick is more vicious than the outside leg kick because of all the nerves and you know, you don't have that big IT band on it. They both hurt, but the inside can be lethal. And look at already the red mark on the inside of the leg of both men.
Well, Aldo slaps with it. It's such a powerful kick.
And you don't want to have your buddy test out the theory at home, but they can both be very, very...
What are you encouraging?
No, not at all. That's why I said you don't. But they can be very, very advantageous.
Good jab by Kenny.
Under 2 now.
I'd like to see more of those kicks from Aldo. He started it off.
Yeah, and there you go. You heard his brother Keith say, move to his left, move away from the power of the right kick. And as he moves to his left, Joe, he sets up his inside leg kick.
And he landed it twice
Or
there.
pardon me, when he moves to his right, away from the power.
Oh, he went high with that one.
When Florian moves away, right here, circling to his left, moving to Kenny's right. Head kick.
And you hear him saying, get back, Kenny, get back.
Tossed aside. Oh! Almost connected on the way up.
Keep your hands up.
Under a minute now in round 2. Title fight. 5-minute rounds.
He keeps circling to your right.
There you go. He circles to the right again. He gets caught though.
And there's another inside leg kick. That one is very powerful. You see the redness all over the inside of the left thigh, or the right thigh rather. Kenny Florian.
Outside.
He caught him before Aldo was about to pull the trigger.
Aldo was throwing that kick and he caught the outside of his back leg. Under 30.
Well, Kenny anticipated that the kick was coming. He saw the way Aldo was looking at him, and he got off first.
Now he's going to look to do like his teammate George St. Pierre does, maybe score a takedown late in the round and steal it. Aldo connects. Round 2 complete.
He's getting tired, Kenny. They believe that Aldo has a stamina problem and that he can't continue this pace into the championship rounds.
And one thing that Kenny Florian has demonstrated throughout his career is he does not have a stamina problem.
Yeah, very, very disciplined fighter.
Disciplined with his strength and conditioning, which started with Kearns, continues with Jonathan Chainberg. Very disciplined with his diet.
And Kenny's footwork and movement tonight have been excellent.
He's worked that a ton, got caught with the jab of Aldo. He has trained and acted and fought for the better part of his UFC career like a champion. The one thing he hasn't been able to become is a UFC champion. Nice. Florian, a decade older than Aldo. Look for the Superman. Again, he just adjusts that footwork, trying to keep Aldo off balance. Aldo stepped with an angle and tried to connect with the right.
Dan Mergliata is having a hard time getting out of the way of these guys. They're moving so quickly. Nice inside leg kick. That rocked him.
And he followed it up. And Andre Pedinera said, you're taking away his mobility with those leg kicks. Keep punishing the right leg.
Right. He's absolutely right. That one hurt Kenny, for sure. He's limping a bit on it.
Yep, he got rocked and then he got followed up on with a combination by Aldo with a big right hand. See if he goes for it again. Kenny's got to continue to circle away from that inside leg kick of Jose Aldo.
And Kenny has not been able to check any of those. And some guys don't in MMA, you know, some guys don't check the inside leg kick. They allow it to just throw their leg back. There's a bunch of different schools of thought on that.
He's moving away from it now, and he ducks under.
He ducks under, but Aldo's on top and mounts him.
Not good for Kenny Florian.
Kenny spins, but Aldo's going to take his back if he does that. Kenny tries to get to half guard. He's got to keep pushing on those hips. Hip escape, nicely done. Nicely done by Kenny.
With just 2 career wins by submission, but he is a black belt, as we mentioned, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
As Kenny tried to get that right leg over the top, Aldo very expertly switched the position and moved into side control. Kenny trapped the leg again. He's spinning, he's going for the deep half. Good hips by Kenny Florian in avoiding being mounted.
Trying to get the double underhooks.
He's moved it into side control, half guard, but Aldo pushes down on the leg, and Kenny did a nice job there of getting his right knee in position to keep that half guard and protect himself.
Now remember, Kenny can be very active from his back, especially with elbows.
And he's going to make Aldo work and make Aldo tired. Aldo's not moving that much anymore, Mike. He's just kind of holding position.
And this gives at least, even though he's on top, Joe, a little break to the inside of that lead leg of Florian.
And you hear Keith screaming, underhook the single on the left side, because that's the side where Kenny has the half guard. They want him to get an underhook on that side and stand up.
Kenny Florian 12-3 since the Ultimate Fighter Season 1 finals against Diego Sanchez. Aldo has lost only one time in his professional career.
Right there, good job by Kenny in utilizing his knee to get into a good position. Good up kicks. Powerful up kicks by Kenny. He's kind of slamming down on him like an axe kick.
Get the wrist, Kenny!
Florian showing his fine jiu-jitsu skills in defending on his back.
Controlling the wrists. Got a hold of that single, couldn't hang onto it. Couldn't hang onto it, and he's back up. Look for that Aldo inside leg kick.
Aldo had the mount and really wasn't able to do much with it, Joe.
Aldo's looking to kick, Mike. You can see his back heel, the right leg coming up.
Florian wants the takedown. Aldo #1 all-time combined in UFC WEC history with his takedown defense numbers. And he lands nearly 90% of his kicks. 10 seconds left until we hit the championship rounds. Round number 4 here tonight. Aldo and Florian for the title. You know, the one thing we don't often see, if ever, from Kenny Florian is for him to switch his stance to orthodox, which he could do to try to protect that leg, but Kenny's not a guy who switches his stance a lot, Joe.
Well, he's checking it now. And he landed a couple of good shots of his own. And you hear Keith Florian in the corner really wants to make sure that when Aldo's attacking, that Kenny's nowhere near him. He said, just run away.
Good stiff right. That straight right, always an effective punch against the southpaw. Straight left the other way.
Kenny's doing a real good job of mixing up his punches and his kicks to keep Aldo guessing. There's that inside. And that one hurt. That whole inside of Kenny's thigh is damaged. The difference is when Kenny lands his kicks, Aldo's taking them with no problem. They're scoring, but Aldo's taking them. When Aldo lands his kicks, every single one of them has a damaging effect on Kenny's ability to move.
Close fight here in the 4th round, although Aldo with a real nice 3rd round performance. Got the mount on a couple occasions. Looking for the takedown again. Man, what great takedown defense by the champion. And a big knee. You know, it's the little things that you see the highlight reel knockouts of José Aldo, those great kicks, but it's the little things that make him such a dominant fighter, starting with this takedown defense.
His takedown defense is amazing. A lot of it is because he's so athletic and explosive, and his balance is so good.
7 years ago, he came to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil with absolutely nothing. Grew up in the large city of Manaus, Brazil. Now he's the best in the world at 145. Nice knee by the champion. Florian really wants the takedown. Working for the single.
And he lost the single.
How much can Kenny explode into these takedowns with that leg so damaged?
Well, he's been fine with it, but he's putting a lot of pressure on Aldo. That's what's important. And he's making it so Aldo is hesitant to pull the trigger. And Aldo just took a big deep breath there, Mike. And that's what Kenny needs to do, a lot more of that.
And his corner called for the body kick, he threw it. And Kenny has good Muay Thai. Really polished his Muay Thai with Mark Delagrati. And Kenny has done everything his way. I think that's the most important thing. He's surrounded himself with a training team, and tonight he just wants to leave it in this championship fight, and he's pressuring him right here.
He's got to do more damage in these positions, though. There he goes. Needs more of that, more knees.
Get your fingers out of the pit.
Dan Miragliotta just telling José Aldo, don't hold the fence. His corner's just screaming. Zahabi, Chainberg.
Well, that's a smart thing to do, and it also gets in José Aldo's head. It makes him think about it.
Again, he drops for a single. High crotch.
And even though Kenny's not getting these, he's forcing José Aldo to wrestle and strain himself. And this, although it's not the most exciting aspect of MMA, is probably the most grueling.
And it also is octagon control, body shot.
And Kenny's the most aggressive here. He's the one who's pushing the action.
No question. And remember in Toronto that they went the distance, José Aldo and Mark Hominick, and Hominick almost staged a huge comeback in the 5th and final round.
Indeed.
With that huge hematoma on his forehead, days before the birth of his child.
And as Kenny is making José Aldo work harder and harder leading into this 5th round, it opens up the potential for him being successful.
Aldo went the distance against Uriah Faber in the WEC title fight, but really had his way with the leg kicks. Uriah was just as gutsy as you've seen taking the leg kicks. Went the distance with Hominick. And now we may be headed for the 5th. And we are.
You ready? Let's go.
Mark Hominick, Eric Koch, Dustin Poirier. Featherweights are loaded. Lightweight title fight still ahead.
Kenny's got to continue to circle towards his right, move away from the power kicks and punches of Aldo, and get something offensive in this round. These have been some very close rounds, except for the 3rd, where Aldo dominated with top position. But other than that, they've been very close. And Kenny has been the most aggressive in this fight. Who knows how the judges are seeing this, Mike? Nice knee to the body by Kenny. He's got to do a lot more of that.
Put everything aside and let the fight take care of itself. Experience, maturity. Florian trying to secure his fighting dream of becoming a UFC champion. Under 4. Slipped. Went for a knee and slipped.
Good job of kicking the knee by Florian there from the bottom. That's a dangerous technique. Aldo's got to look out for that. He could get his leg hyperextended easily here.
And look, he changed just because of that, Joe.
Yeah, he went sideways.
Yep,
but Kenny's
right foot
going to
on
attack
left knee.
the heels. Kenny doesn't like it. Or excuse me, Aldo doesn't like it. Kenny's very good from this spot. Very good protecting and very good offensively. He keeps looking for that axe kick, and that's why it landed so hard on the ground there. He's attacking a leg. He's lacing up a leg. Oh, he lost it totally, though.
Elbow.
Now, Kenny can't run the risk of being trapped under here in the bottom like he was in the 3rd round.
It's a crucial time in this fight. 3 minutes left, Joe,
He's got to explode. He's got to explode. He's got to get out of here because Aldo just mounted him.
He got it again.
And he not just
contested
mounted him.
battle.
He mounted him with his feet crossed underneath, which is like a guard mount. It's like having a guy in your guard, except you're mounting him. It's very difficult to shake him off. Now it's open, and he's sliding up higher, and he's going to take his back. Kenny's going to scoot out the back door. He's going to scoot out. But Aldo brilliantly waited and then pinned his knee down. And they're both moving very well here on the ground, but Aldo is maintaining the top position. Kenny's got to get out of this spot before he incurs any damage, because scoring-wise, he's definitely losing this.
Trying to get back to that mount. Florian wants to desperately get back to the feet here.
And he does.
Up.
Now
Under
Kenny's
2 minutes remains.
gotta get something going here. Kenny has got to leave it all here.
Yeah.
He cannot be
1:45.
conservative. More than likely, he's losing this round now. You know, even though Aldo didn't do too much offensively when he got him down, he did hold him down and he did mount him.
Yeah, he gained the mount, which is huge. Under 90, and here we go.
But Kenny can take that back and he can be aggressive.
Man, what great takedown defense by Aldo. Aldo has kept his conditioning at a good level too, Joe. Both men still really trying to push 24 minutes into this fight. Final minute. As Aldo looks to defend and Florian looks to capture.
Was just about to separate them.
The featherweight title. 40 seconds.
Kenny's got to be aggressive here. Now that he's got Aldo up against the cage, he's got to knee him, he's got to punch him, he's got to do something.
How huge would a takedown be here? Florian throws the knee. Again, he's stopped. 20 seconds. Florian tried to deliver the elbow. The teep. 10 seconds. Both men battle to the finish. We have gone the distance.
Kenny landed.
Yeah, that's the great question when it comes to this point.
It's no question that the more devastating blows were landed by Aldo, even though there weren't nearly as many as we've seen in some of his other fights. And Aldo did control on the ground. There you see Aldo holding him down and elbowing him there. And here's Aldo's celebration flip. That could hurt your ankles.
Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
Here we go! Fight scheduled for five-minute rounds. Red and black trunks for Chad Mendes with the inside leg kicks. Black trunks for the champion, José Aldo. His kicks are vicious and they are quick.
And right away, Mendes is going with that inside leg kick, but he's landing it with the foot, not quite getting it in there. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a better one.
Yeah.
You see the difference in the impact?
And I remember seeing Uriah Faber get bounced around like that on numerous occasions. Those leg kicks are so heavy.
Yeah, I don't think Mendes wants to go leg kick for leg kick with Aldo. He's got to try to take this fight to the ground sooner than later. Don't make the mistake that Uriah did and try to eat a few of those. You see how he just swings his body into that? There's so much power in his kicks. And he's another one of these fighters that started out with a career in soccer.
Yes.
He was like a high-level soccer player. Look at that.
Wow. Shot for the double.
Brilliant takedown defense. And I think there's a correlation between soccer players and powerful leg kicks. And there's very few things more demanding on your legs than soccer. Running around, the switching of the movements and the changing directions quickly.
Plus the way you step into, kicking a soccer ball, and then you step into a kick with the Muay Thai and cruel intentions, and you just generate that much more speed and power.
Well, so far, Mendes has made one shot at taking Aldo down, and that was stuffed. And there's a powerful leg kick. And if he can't do anything to check those kicks, and if he can't do anything to get Aldo down, he's in a lot of trouble.
Aldo says no worries. The inside leg kick lands, but they move on. Missing with the kick is the champion. Mendes looking for a chance to take Aldo down. Big uppercut.
And Mendes still unable to take Aldo down. Got deep on that single. Just couldn't do it.
Midway point of the first of a potential five-minute rounds. Again with that kick. You cannot expect to take Aldo down if he damages your front leg continuously, because you lose all your power in your double leg blast. And you see already Chad kind of switching up his stance a little bit to try to protect that lead leg.
It only takes one or two from Aldo to really put some damage in that muscle tissue and take away a lot of the spring in your step. Mendes aware of that because of the Uriah Faber fight. Look at that. Spinning, got the thing, nothing. Man, that's some takedown defense. That's brilliant. Good solid jab by Mendes.
Aldo feels he has the advantage both standing and on the ground if it goes there.
Right now, Mendes has got to be concerned because he's never faced a guy like Aldo before that just easily stuffed every single one of his attempts. And there was a nice leg kick by Mendes.
Chad's had a couple here in the first round, Joe. And you can't train for leg kicks like Jose Aldo throws. You can't spar like that. Uriah Faber talked about it. You know, it's just a whole different world of pain. It's a whole different level of damage that Jose Aldo does, and you can't train like that. Did he get it? Nope.
Look at that. Wow. He's got double underhooks, though, and he's behind him. If he can keep his hands clasped, there's doing a good job there of driving some knees into the thigh. He's got him up. Nope. Oh, did Aldo grab the fence?
I believe he did. Mario warns him.
Gets him down briefly for a second, but not really. Springs right back up to his feet.
Yeah, and Jose's saying, I'm not holding the fence here.
Because Chad's got a hold of him here, and Chad can do some damage to his thighs here. It's very important that as long as he keeps his position, he's got to use it and take advantage of it and land more of these knees. He's doing a great job right now with it.
Both of these men, outstanding athletes. 15 seconds on the clock here in round one.
And Aldo still trying really hard to separate those hands. He briefly does, but Mendes reconnects him and he's free.
Oh! That's it! Trying to finish it! And it is all over!
He doesn't want protection. He wants to just wander out into the crowd. There's that knee that catches Chad Mendes dead on the button, and then a vicious right hand right behind it. Look, he uses that separation to perfectly time that knee. Mendes is in all sorts of pain, 2 shots, and Mario Yamasaki rescues him. And that's what's called being well-rounded. Great takedown defense, great grappling, and vicious knockout power.
Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
And we are underway. First leg kick thrown by Frankie Edgar. Aldo in the red, Edgar in the black. Now, Jose Aldo said speed will no longer be an advantage for Frankie Edgar here at 45. We'll find out.
Frankie Edgar's excellent at catching kicks. He did not catch that kick from Aldo.
You don't want to catch it after it jams you in the ribs or the leg, though, because not too many of those can be taken by a human being. The way that Jose Aldo snaps that shin bone into the thigh or the ribs of his opponent.
Nice inside leg kick by Frankie.
The real key, Joe, is the movement of Frankie Edgar. He moves so much. Will José Aldo be able to chop him down with the big leg kicks?
And will he be able to keep up the pace?
Pace and movement were the keys to the victories, not one but two, against the prodigy BJ Penn. Been a good night for the Brazilian fighters on the main card thus far. Maia and Fitch, Bigfoot and Overeem, Nogueira and Evans, and now our main event.
Good jab landed there by Aldo.
First fight since he defeated Chad Mendes just over a year ago at home in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil for the champion.
That jab
Nice
is nasty.
Lightning fast and effective.
And he's timing Frankie very well. When Frankie moves left, he moves right, and Aldo's shooting it right down the center and catching him. Nice straight right, may have hurt him. That was a solid straight right by Aldo. Another one.
Again, he's connecting early.
His timing is excellent.
Joe Aldo stated over and over again that the speed advantage that Edgar had at 155 would not exist tonight. And so far, that seems to be true. He avoids the kick.
Good start for José Aldo.
Again with that stiff jab. One of the problems that Aldo had before the Hominick fight was that in his time off, he had gained too much weight. Good right hand over the top. That's one of the reasons why he had a hard time cutting the weight. He has since leaned out to make his weight cut to 145 easier.
Check out Frankie trying to throw a crazy kick. He was also not 100% healthy going into that fight. And still, what a battle it was in front of that crazy crowd in Toronto.
Well, he had a really hard time making that weight cut. Remember, we had all the champions up on the podium, and Aldo had to excuse himself because he was so weak from the weight cut, he couldn't sit up and talk.
Just over 90 seconds on the clock here in the first of a potential five-minute rounds. The chant of Frankie.
And we have yet to see one solid leg kick by Aldo.
Looks like some blood might be coming out of the nose of Frankie Edgar. Again, just that long, extended, lightning-fast jab. Great movement by Aldo. Featherweight debut for Frankie Edgar, right into a title fight.
Oh!
There it is. Big one.
Man!
That is the thud, not the slap.
It's the difference in the way he throws those shots compared to anybody else in this division is just shocking.
The big uppercut as well. Under 30 seconds and another one.
Frankie can't take too many of those.
And it's going to take away his movement. It's going to take away his shot.
And it's going to do it quickly. He does
Aldo
it
kicks so fast.
Yeah, it's hard to prepare for a guy like that because that's not a normal speed kick.
Yeah, leg speed is different than hand speed, and Aldo has leg speed, and it's that soccer background.
Yeah, he went up high with that one, Mike.
Round two. Big smile on the face of José Aldo, too. He is enjoying this challenge put in front of him in the form of Frankie Edgar.
Edgar's leg is already welted up, Mike. That left leg.
You and I called that Uriah Faber fight. I mean, after a while, it was simply hard to watch.
Nice right, and then a stiff jab behind it. Good right hand by Frankie.
Yeah, quick movement by Aldo. The speed is being matched so far by the champion.
I think the champion's faster.
Yeah, so far so good. Look at that.
Faster and a bit longer.
That is a huge advantage that Frankie had at 55, Joe.
It's a very good point.
And it's something José Aldo talked about a lot coming into this fight, that he felt like all of a sudden, even if not better, in the speed advantage with Frankie coming down to featherweight. Good slip. Not that time. Man, he's really timing that jab, splitting the punch and timing the jab.
There's a nice leg kick by Frankie. He needs a lot more of those. And there's a single stuffed quickly.
José Aldo is very tough to take down because his movement is so excellent. He rarely, if ever, backs up straight.
Yes, you also have to watch him for the knee. The problem is when you close the distance to take him down, his knees are so explosive. The knee knocked out Chad Mendes with. The timing was just sensational. Good exchange there. And Aldo's smiling.
Yeah, he's having fun out here. Frankie is a true challenge. Super fight in our main event. Champion versus champion. Former lightweight champion looking for the takedown again.
No, easily stuffed.
Nasty.
That sound.
The thud means the shin bone, and that one right on the knee.
And there's not too much left in that leg.
No. Look at the welt. You can see it from our angle, Joe. And the precision of the kick's always placed in the same spot of his opponent's leg.
There it is again.
Look at that.
Frankie's in a lot of trouble right now.
That's a difference maker right there.
He's in a lot of trouble right now.
And the more that land, the more that could potentially land afterwards because of the movement. Watch for another big one here.
His movement is significantly compromised already. It's hard to tell, but he ate another one. Now Aldo's really smiling at him.
Kenny Florian came down from 55 to fight Aldo at 45, and then Mendes, of course, and now the battle tonight against Edgar. Hominick, Florian, Mendes. The 3 victories scored by Aldo since his move to the UFC. "14-fight winning streak." A lot of fight in Edgar. There's that knee you talked about, Joe.
Frankie gets the clinch here.
Yeah, and right in front of the corner, Ricardo Almeida, the corner of Edgar. Watch for another leg kick here.
All those weapons are just so much more substantial, Mike.
There it is.
Another, big right hand by Frankie, though.
Well timed. Right back up, though.
Right back up, man. But Frankie did land a good punch in that exchange.
Frankie's takedowns have been significant and a huge part of his success over the years.
Aldo's mouth is starting to open, Mike. Which means he may be slowing down a bit. And he is.
There is an endless gas tank to Frankie Edgar, and he's gone 25 minutes on frequent occasion.
Yeah, it's one of his weapons. The pace that he sets. Oh, stiff jab by Aldo.
5 times he has gone 25. Spin and a miss.
Missed and then landed a left hook.
Very fast pace for a 5-round fight. Edgar's 42 career takedowns, 3rd most in UFC lightweight history. And there's another one.
Look at
right
this
back up as the champion.
The spring to Aldo's takedown defense.
His takedown defense, excellent and highly ranked as well. 2nd best in UFC WEC history.
Good straight right by Aldo.
The only real true conqueror of Edgar has been Benson Henderson, as he avenged his early career loss to Gray Maynard.
A lot of people thought he avenged that fight.
Yeah,
in
great
the second
point,
fight with Benson.
Yeah. And you hear the corner saying what you said earlier, the Edgar corner saying he is slowing down. Frankie moving all right on that leg, Joe.
Yeah, amazingly so.
I mean, there's no way to train for that.
No, there really isn't. Oh!
It's just a unique sound at
Man,
impact.
his nose is pouring blood now. That front kick opened it up. But Frankie, relentless.
You talked about the Hominick fight, Joe. I mean, Deepwater has been an occasion frequently visited by Frankie Edgar. It was in Toronto when Aldo was less than 100%. Also went the distance with Florian. Uriah Faber was one that lasted a long time, but a very dominant performance in that one by José Aldo.
The real difference, Mike, in this fight is that, at least so far, Frankie's not threatening Aldo. He's hitting him and Aldo's absorbing those shots. Whereas when Aldo hits Frankie, the impact is obvious.
Anderson Silva, the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. José Aldo, as we've said a couple of times, right in the talk with Jones and St. Pierre.
Now this is where Aldo starts to slow down. Third round, towards the end of the round, if Frankie's really got to put it on him now. If there's a time where Frankie can start to gain an advantage, this could be it. There's a nice leg kick by Frankie.
There's some redness over the knee of Aldo.
Yeah, and he's picking his leg up to check it now. And he hits him with it again.
And I like how Frankie gets off center when he throws the kick as well.
Good left hook by Aldo, snuck over the guard. Good combo by Frankie.
Caught the leg. One tough Jersey kid.
Oh, they don't make him any tougher than this guy.
Blood coming out of the nose.
Oh, good
Still
combination by Frankie. Frankie needs more of those leg kicks, Mike. He needs to slow this guy down. Oh!
Under a minute separates us from the championship round.
And he slid away from that one.
That's why we heard the slap, not the thud.
Shook that takedown off like it was nothing. No one's ever done that to Frankie.
Now, José Aldo has stuffed 5 of 6 takedown attempts from the former lightweight champion.
Good shot by Frankie. Now, this could be the first round where you could conceivably say that Frankie is getting the better of some of these exchanges.
And when Hominick got the better of Aldo, it was on the ground. Few have gotten the better of Aldo on the feet.
Inside leg kick by Frankie.
Final seconds of the third.
Good kick by Frankie.
My goodness.
Like Aldo slowing a bit. Can Frankie put the pace on him and make him slow down even more?
Been a while since we've seen a real heavy leg kick landed.
Yeah, and interesting that his corner was calling for him to wait until the last 20 seconds of the round and then really start slamming them home.
They said, give it time, the chance for the knockout will come.
Yeah, they want to make sure that he conserves his energy. They know that there's a possibility that Frankie could outwork him. And they remember that Hominick fight, that 5th round. Hominick took him down, was hammer fisting him. Nice leg kick by Frankie right there. Cut a nice angle there.
Edgar goes up the middle. Switch kick inside.
Frankie's throwing a lot of feints that are working now. Good head movement now.
Yeah, he's really,
Spinning back kick.
really moving laterally, even on a damaged leg. That one landed. Frankie almost caught it. The battle continues. If you're going to catch it, you don't want it to do damage the way that Aldo has the potential. Up high goes Frankie. In a stand-up battle because of Aldo's takedown defense.
His takedown defense and his ability to spring back up to his feet is just very remarkable.
A couple of nice punches as he was moving backwards and lateral. There's a spin from Edgar.
Boy, Edgar never stops moving. He doesn't slow down for a second. He's one of the few fighters that can maintain this kind of a pace for 5 rounds. Maybe Mighty Mouse is the other.
We've seen it so often.
There's a takedown attempt.
Nope.
Nope. But he lands some punches, and he's making them work.
That's a key statistic right there, takedown defense.
Frankie is making him work, though, in these exchanges, Mike.
Is he scoring, though?
He is. He's definitely scoring. He's scoring more than Aldo in this round. And Aldo's mouth, again, is starting to open up. When you see a fighter breathing with an open mouth, hits him with a left hook there.
Clipped him.
When you see a fighter breathing with an open mouth, it's because he can't keep his mouth shut and get the oxygen that he needs. It means he's slowing down. Look at his mouth, wide open.
The visible damage to the face of Edgar is different than the face of the champion.
Yeah, well, also Frankie's nose is busted. It's busted open, rather. A lot of blood coming out of it.
And a
which
big...
makes it, big mouth,
Yeah,
which makes
big
it very
mouth.
difficult to breathe out of.
Some swelling under the left eye as well.
Takedown
Can he fight
attempt
another
again.
one off?
No, he gets him this time.
And the back. Right back up, though, is Aldo.
But Frankie's making him work here.
90 seconds on the clock here in the 4th.
See if Frankie can hold on to him here. Knee these legs.
With 2 takedowns scored now, Frankie Edgar, the first fighter to take José Aldo down twice in one fight. What can he do from this position?
These knees are good. He needs more of that. And he separates him from the cage. These are great. These will slow him down a bit. And it's amazing that Aldo has not been able to separate here.
Edgar lets go. It's a close fight all of a sudden.
All of a
As I
sudden.
look at the statistics, Joe, they are starting to even up.
Well, this was the thing coming into this fight. This was what all the people in the know were talking about. Was it can get very interesting if you get into the 4th and 5th with the kind of pace this kid can put on. Lands another leg kick. Clearly, Aldo's done more damage. But when you look at it from a scoring standpoint, it starts getting weird if Aldo loses this round and he loses the next round.
The chant of USA. Final 10 seconds of round number 4. It's set for the 5th and final round. One man will leave with the belt. Will it remain around the waist of José Aldo, or will Frankie Edgar become the 3rd man to hold a championship in 2 different weight classes? The man he defeated to become the lightweight champion in Abu Dhabi is one of those, the prodigy BJ Penn at 170 and 155.
He got poked.
30 seconds into the final round. There's that kick again.
Yeah, Frankie needs a lot more of those. He's got to score.
That said, Joe, if it's not 4-0 and it's only 3-1, then Frankie needs something dynamic to happen here.
Yeah, a 10-8 round would be nice. And for Aldo, what he's got to do is land something substantial to slow Frankie down. There's a nice jab by Aldo.
Well, remember the 10-8 down the road at MGM with Gray Maynard in that fight of the night.
Another nice jab by Aldo. There's a takedown attempt, stuffed.
9 of 11 attempts stuffed by the champion.
Boy, nice right hand over the top by Frankie. You could learn a lot, young fighters could, by watching the movement of Frankie Edgar. As well, you can learn how much damage you can do by watching Aldo land those vicious kicks.
Spin. The corner very animated. Frankie Edgar, Ricardo Almeida, and the crew from New Jersey. Aldo clipped him with a left. Been a while since one of those heavy leg kicks have landed for José Aldo.
Takedown attempt again, caught him with a punch.
Just over 3 on the clock. The fact that he ate those kicks early and continues to move like this is stunning.
Yeah, he's a very special person, Frankie Edgar.
Busted up, but not beaten.
And you can measure how much a guy can lift, but you can't measure the contents of a man's heart.
I would say Frankie's is somewhat immeasurable.
Yeah, Frankie caught him with a nice leg kick there as Aldo was moving towards him, and he hit him with again.
Frankie's thrown more and connected with more leg kicks these last few rounds.
He certainly has. And we saw Aldo beginning the round lifting the leg up to try to check some, but he stopped doing that.
Just over 2 minutes remain in this fight.
Frankie's got to really put the pace on him here now, and Aldo's got to get some respect back. Frankie's face is a busted up mess too, Mike, and that could well play in the eyes of the judges. Significant damage has certainly been done by Aldo.
Headed towards the 6th time Edgar may be going 25 minutes. Twice with Penn, once with Maynard, twice
Edgar.
with Benson Henderson.
Good
Nice
combo
flurry.
by Frankie. And this is where Frankie's gas tank really comes into play.
Time is becoming a factor though, 90 seconds left. Can he do enough here?
Nice inside leg kick.
Oh! Nice counter by the champion.
Good right hand by Aldo. That one stunned Frankie. One minute to go. Good combo by Frankie.
No leg kicks.
I think at this point he's probably worried about being taken down.
Yeah. Again, he pushes him off.
You know, he knows his body. He must know he's probably tired. Good combo again by Frankie.
Aldo takes a look at the clock. 40 seconds remain in this championship fight. The lead left hook by the former lightweight champion. Head kick. Aldo smiles again. Damage may be the difference, Joe.
Yeah, it could be, but man, I'm telling you, I think Frankie Edgar has won the last 2 rounds for sure. Again, he tags him. Tagged Aldo on the eye with that right hand.
Final seconds of the fight.
Oh!
And they go the distance.
Sure, let's impress the judges,
And
but
Almeida says, I'll do it too.
and here we see some of the damage that Aldo did. Look at that vicious leg kick. He is truly like no other with the power that he generates. But there's one that Frankie caught and landed a counter right hand. And this is the 3rd round where Frankie took him down. Aldo lands that grazing front kick, but then Frankie lands the uppercut. That was the questionable round. Third round, I gave it to Frankie. Excuse me, fourth round rather, I gave it to Frankie. And here's the big right hand by Aldo.
And still, the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
Ready. Let's do it.
Here we go! José Aldo and Chan Sung Jung. Red and black trunks for the champion. Red and white trunks for the challenger.
Watch that lead leg of Chan Sung Jung. Every time José Aldo lands a leg kick, it sounds like a car wreck.
It is the most vicious weapon that is being utilized at 145 and perhaps in all of MMA right now is that leg kick of José Aldo.
It causes internal bleeding in your leg instantly from the first one landed. Now Frankie Edgar was able to capitalize on a few of those leg kicks later in the fight and score some takedowns. We'll see how prepared Chan Sung Jung is for those kicks.
And they come at a very lightning fast pace. Not much wind up. Former soccer player José Aldo.
The amount of velocity he generates on those kicks is incredible, and it's in a split second. Immediately, Chan Sung Jung is being much more cautious in his attack here in round one. A nice overhand right landed by the champion.
Yeah, good combination by Aldo.
In his last fight, we saw an incredible jab from Aldo. There it is, right to the chest of Chan Sung Jung. He inflicted a lot of damage with just that punch in the fight.
Putting a new tool in the toolbox of an arsenal already full of very dangerous weapons.
When Jung strikes at odd angles, that's where he catches guys, how he caught Mark Hominick. He ducks his head down, comes over the top from weird angles, difficult to prepare for.
Combination again by the champion.
Stiff left jab landed there by the champ.
This is the second scheduled 5-round fight of Chan Sung Jung's career. His first title fight, he had a 5-round main event fight against Dustin Poirier, and what a great battle that was.
Incredible, one of the very best. I thought it was the best fight of 2012.
Of course, José Aldo has been scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the last couple of years, as everything's been a title fight.
Well, 5 rounds is really better for Chan Sung Jung. His style, his game plan here to wear down the champion, he needs 5 rounds in order to do that.
Let's see when that first big kick gets landed, that shin bone goes to the thigh of the zombie.
You'll know because it'll echo through the ring.
Absolutely. You know it's a good one when it's a thud, not a slap.
Zombie being much more calculated here than in previous fights. And Aldo thought that wide open style would not be effective against him and he'd be able to get an early finish. Jung is being far more calculated in his approach here, much more precise with his strikes.
Aldo trying to feint to get in. There's a kick. Caught him with the foot a little bit on that one.
It still bent his entire leg inward.
I was going to say, it'll still do damage.
The problem with this kind of approach for Chan Sung Jung is that this is not going to wear the champion down over time.
Great point. And that has been the one knock on José Aldo, is that perhaps his cardio is not perfect.
Well, we saw that in the Mark Hominick fight, but he did come in ill before that fight, had a very tough weight cut. It was a great fight by Mark Hominick, and obviously anytime you go against Frankie Edgar, it's hard for anybody to match that kind of pace and cardio, but Aldo still looked good in those later rounds. We just haven't seen any weaknesses from the champion.
1 minute on the clock here in the first of our main event of the evening. Aldo has not lost in 8 years. Faking the takedown and then coming over the top with Zombie.
Very nice, and that's what Zombie needs to do. He's got to mix it up. He can't let Aldo just focus on one aspect of the fight. believe Jung's got to be more active in these rounds. And
Look who goes for the takedown.
a nice takedown attempt from Aldo.
Right back up with Zombie. $20 on the clock.
Zombie's shown continuously his ability to scramble is just fantastic in this weight class.
Huge feeling out process here in the first 5 minutes.
Wow! Great spinning wheel kick there from the champion.
Cesar Ferreira had a great win earlier tonight.
Interesting to hear the corner of Chan Sung Jung said they want him to go left and right and in and out. They don't want him to stand straight in front of Aldo. Very interesting considering his game plans to push the pace and wear the champion down. It definitely looks like Jung is pressuring more here in round 2.
It's starting to come forward in that zombie style we've become accustomed to.
Nice front kick there, but yeah, this is the wide open style we're used to from the zombie.
Now, wide open can also mean openings for José Aldo.
Not the guy you want to be wide open against. Aldo has great accuracy, speed, and power, and that's a rare combination. And Aldo lands a very nice overhand right there as the Korean zombie was coming in.
Exactly what we're talking about.
Jung's got to utilize more fakes and feints to keep Aldo guessing when he's coming in.
Aldo on the counter led with the uppercut.
We've seen in the past, once Aldo gets his timing and his range, he will open up on him.
Not many leg kicks yet, just that one that was kind of the foot we talked about, Brian.
Surprising. The stance of Chan Sung Jung is certainly not negating the opportunity for that leg kick. He hasn't checked any yet.
Don't forget to tune in to Fuel TV for the live UFC 163 post-fight show with John Anik, Daniel Cormier, Michael Bisping, and Ariel Helwani, following all our action here on pay-per-view.
Very well-timed uppercut there from Aldo. He knows Chan Sung Jung likes to come forward, winging punches with his head down. He stepped off to his right, landed a nice right uppercut there. The champ is certainly looking to counter punch. Beautiful combination.
Body, head.
Threw a nice left hook to the body, came right back upstairs and planted a left hook right in the nose of Chan Sung Jung and followed there by another stiff jab. Now, this is exactly what Chan Sung Jung's corner told him not to do. Do not stand straight in front of him. They wanted him in and out.
Aldo again with that jab. Ducks under nicely.
Aldo's starting to open up a little bit more here. This is not the pace that the Korean zombie wanted to fight this fight.
Jose's hands are sharp tonight, Brian.
Always. Accurate speed, he's incredible. But this is a pace that José Aldo, he could do 10 rounds at this place.
Right.
This isn't going to wear him down.
There's no pace in the striking, there's no grappling.
No. No clenching to wear down the arms of the champion, get his legs heavy in the corner. He's fighting at his pace right now and dictating the action.
This is sparring right here. Not feeling the pressure.
Almost looks like Chan Sung Jung is second-guessing himself here. Oh, big punch landed there. Buckled the knees of Chan Sung Jung.
Let's keep in mind, this is by far the brightest set of lights that Chan Sung Jung has fought under.
And he had a long layoff from his last fight.
He did, and he traveled 30 hours to come to Brazil. And he's fighting the best in the world in his weight class.
Yeah, there's nobody signing on the dotted line to fight José Aldo in Rio.
José Aldo looking for a takedown again. He gets it.
Wow.
And works the mount. Now he might have one leg caught. Yep, he's got one leg in half guard.
Aldo on half guard, but very impressive over-under takedown there. Again, the champion showing off new skills. Passes into complete side control here.
45 seconds on the clock here on round 2.
Aldo looking to set up a head and arm choke. Doesn't get it. We'll see if he wants to unleash some elbows with that right elbow. Pushing off on the face of Chan Sung Jung. He could just use his body weight here to land some elbows, but Jung's able to recompose his guard. And Jung showed a really active guard against Dustin Poirier, alternating from armbar to triangle. But José Aldo is no slouch on the mat.
10 seconds.
Another intelligent round by the champion. Round one, he finishes with a wheel kick, puts an exclamation point in the round. Here, finishes with a takedown.
For the belt continues. Round 3.
Now, we certainly can't hear everything in the corner of Chan Sung Jung, but what we did hear from the translator was surprising to me. You're doing well. Keep your hands up. And he's lost 2 rounds decisively at this point. He's got to be more offensive, and I think his coaches aren't telling him that right now.
Got to give him a bit of sense of urgency, especially as you're fighting the champion here in his hometown.
This is not going to win you the fight against José Aldo. You can't stand directly in front of him and not push the pace.
I'm still a little surprised that my count is that José's thrown 1 kick.
Nice left hook there from Aldo.
Zombie wanted to punish him with a knee, and instead he gets put on his back.
Beautiful instincts there from José Aldo, just showing off what kind of athlete he is. A flying knee attempt, he catches him midair, spins him around to a double leg. Corners are complaining that Aldo is gripping inside the glove of Chan Sung Jung. Aldo's going to look to peel him away from the fence here.
Aldo, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. 2 career submission finishes, 14 career wins by knockout.
And clearly to this point, he's a more physically strong fighter.
Well, he's a big 45, and it's tough for him to make weight ground.
And that's a big part of his career as well. He's gotten much better. I talked to his manager this week. They said this was the easiest weight cut he's had to 145 so far.
Because he's struggled in the past. Zombie with some shots from this position. And they're back on their feet.
Interesting. Nobody thought we'd see the champ come out and his game plan be to take down the challenger.
Watch for a spin and a knee. This was about the position that Mendes and Aldo were in here in Rio. Aldo ended violently.
And José's dropping down to a double leg here. Gives an outside trip, very nicely done, but Chan Sung Jung's able to get his feet back towards the cage, attempting to wall walk here.
Some swelling under the left eye of Chan Sung Jung.
Jung was hoping to slow down the champion. I'm sure this isn't the way he wanted to do it, but wrestling like this wears out your arms. But it does the same to the guy defending the takedown.
Past the midway point of this championship fight. Dean wants some work being done from this position, or he'll stand him up.
You've got to advance your position or try to land and inflict damage. Neither doing that right now.
Luke's going to stand him up here soon.
That's 3 warnings now. I'm surprised he's let him stay in the cage this long.
There it is.
And a good call from the ref.
90 seconds on the clock here in the 3rd.
Jung has got to open up, and there he goes.
Caught him. Aldo back. Now Jung's starting to throw.
He landed a nice right uppercut there in the champ, but he left himself open. But this is what Chan Sung Jung's got to resort to. He wanted to put Aldo on the map, but he's shown that he's not the superior wrestler at this point in the fight. Choke attempt here from Chan Sung Jung. He's not under the chin, though.
José trying to complete another takedown.
Again, you see Chan Sung Jung trying to work in a front headlock here. He's got some very crafty chokes from this position. Darces, anacondas. He's trying to dig one of his wrists underneath the chin of José Aldo here.
Well, he's right in front of all those corner good elbows.
Yeah, Aldo's coach Andre Pednares is all over it right now.
20 seconds.
Stop.
And Herb Dean puts him in the center again.
Both fighters, surprising game plans. We didn't expect Aldo to want to wrestle. And this is what we expected from the Korean Zombie.
Right at the end of the round. Watch the up kick.
This fight.
Championship rounds.
Interesting, in José Aldo's corner, they said they do not want him going for those takedowns. They feel like it's wearing him down. They want him to open it up in the striking department.
They also think that he puts his neck in jeopardy and puts himself in a position to get submitted. Zombie started to turn it up a bit with his striking at the end of the third, Brian.
Yeah, you know, he got here. He got to this point to fight for the title with a wide-open, go-for-broke style. He's not done that so far, and he needs to. He's down 3 rounds.
And we still have one leg kick.
Yeah, very interesting. We've never seen a José Aldo fight where he hasn't thrown a huge volume of leg kicks.
Zombie tried to counter with the uppercut.
When Aldo's corner was concerned that all that wrestling would wear him out, we'll see if he starts to fade here in the later rounds. But again, at this pace that Chan Sung Jung is fighting, he's allowing Aldo plenty of time to recover.
Jose able to move away.
Chan Sung Jung's not using any fakes or feints. He's just charging in every time he throws. He's not setting anything up with angles with his footwork. Very difficult to land strikes in the champion, starting from that. Oh, it looks like Chan Sung Jung's right shoulder separated off that last combination.
And the big attack continues. Yeah, you can see something sticking. He's trying to adjust it.
Aldo saw it and started kicking at it.
And now Aldo has him on the ground. He could finish the fight right here.
This just showcases the toughness.
José Aldo looking for the finish. Trying to defend his belt. And it is all over. José Aldo remains the UFC featherweight champion.
Here it is. Jung engages and you can see the shoulder pop right out after that overhand right.
Brutal. He's trying to pop it back in, Brian.
Watch, he throws this overhand right and his shoulder immediately comes out from the impact of the back of José Aldo's head. He tries to pop it back in and the champion sees that. And Jung is holding onto his shoulder from that position. He's just not able to continue here. And again, we've seen it before with the champion. He just needs that sliver of an opening to finish a fight.
Now, unfortunately...
And still, the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight!
Here we go! Ricardo Lamas and José Aldo.
Big questions for Lamas. First of all, what does he do to stop the leg kicks? Can he handle them? Does he have a strategy?
They're quick, they're vicious, and they're frequent. And right now, Lamas is doing the right thing to circle away from the powerful right leg of José Aldo.
Well, he's also got to be unpredictable with his circle. He can't let Aldo trap him.
Former UFC fighter Andre Pednares has just got an unbelievable bunch of fighters at Novo União.
Yeah,
and 2 of them fighting tonight.
Pednares has done a fantastic job down there in Brazil. And Pednares is one of the old school MMA pioneers. Aldo goes for the left, right. And check that kick.
Yep. Ricardo Lamas has a great top game, vicious ground and pound. Strong wrestling background.
Aldo's feinting the right. He's trying to find, see, did it again. Trying to find out how Lamas is going to react to his leg kick.
Hands are perfect by José Aldo.
So far, he's conservative in his attack. He's only throwing that left, right.
Lamas has a ton of confidence that he has everything and more to take out the longtime champion. That's why he waited. Turned down a couple of fights.
Aldo's doing a real good job of cutting him off, Mike.
And said, I'll take my turn.
Aldo's not following him. He's cutting him off.
Checked again.
Checking every single one of those.
And Joe, we were talking about a fight earlier where not one kick was checked.
Yeah, you can't do that with Aldo, that's for sure, when he's kicking.
Well, you can see some redness on the shin of José Aldo.
Yeah, that's just from checking.
And checking will hurt both guys.
Yep,
It hurts.
It absolutely will.
Doesn't hurt as much as it does on that IT band, though.
And Lamas is going high with that as well now.
Like how he set it up with the low kicks.
Aldo's timing. He's trying to figure out where Lamas's openings are. And a great champion like Aldo will lull you to sleep and then explode on you.
Lamas knows he's got to stay busy, much like he's doing so now.
And if there have been any criticisms of Aldo, oh, beautiful combination.
Nice combination.
It's been that Aldo doesn't open up like he did when he was a challenger. When he became the champion, he became a bit conservative because the title is worth so much to him. And that's the conservative approach is the criticism of Georges St. Pierre, of a lot of great fighters. Once they become champions, they realize how much that's worth. They don't want to lose it. They fight to not lose.
Benson Henderson was put in that category by Dana White after the fight in Chicago. And he is the former champion, of course.
Big kick to the body by Lamas.
But José Aldo chasing him down. Always got to watch out for the flying knee.
Lamas did a good job there, though. Avoided too much damage and landed a really hard shot to the body. And Aldo wanted to get him back for that, but you see the redness on the right side of Aldo's body.
Pretty even so far. 1 minute on the clock here in round one.
Lamas throwing a lot of high kicks. Missing, but throwing a lot of high kicks. Mixing things up.
Lamas said,
nice counter right by Aldo, right over the top.
During this long time without a fight, Joe, nicely done.
Vicious left to the body by Aldo.
That he worked a lot on himself and improving his skills. Not worrying about José Aldo, but becoming a better overall fighter himself. Kind of broke everything down and put it back together again. 15 seconds now. Spin. And then again. Final seconds of round one.
Sir, are you ready? Sir, are you ready? Fight.
But really more of a feeling out round than anything.
Round two. And Lamas with the feints. Jose again checking that kick.
And he hasn't eaten one of those leg kicks.
Up
Lamas
high.
again goes up high.
And low.
And checked again. Boy, those are slow.
Can they set something else up though?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
not
just,
when he's seeing it like that, right?
I mean, he's making them think. He's doing a lot of things, but they're just not fast enough.
Good teep. Stopped Lamas in his tracks there. That's a good kick. Oh my!
That was a good kick.
That was a better
real.
kick. Yeah.
Aldo's was the real deal.
That one was gooder.
Yeah, those are punishing.
Massive leg kicks possessed by José Aldo. And that was a big one he just landed. Let's see if there's more to follow.
Aldo just does everything perfect. Yeah. The way he delivers power, I mean, he just gets all his weight behind those shots. Slides out of the way of that one.
The economy in which he utilizes is as good as any in MMA. Aldo with a slight lead in total strikes. Let's add 3 more.
Good rips to the body there.
Just missed with the counter.
Again, checks Lamas' kick. Lamas has got to set those kicks up with punches. He's throwing those kicks individually, and that's one of the reasons why Aldo's able to pick them all off.
Aldo's really going body too, Joe.
There's a big overhand right attempt there by Lamas, partially blocked. See, every one of those is a kick that's not set up by a punch, and Aldo's checking them off. Nice one to the body by Aldo.
6th-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, black belt in Judo, and an outstanding trainer.
Aldo's countering, and brilliantly so, with that right leg kick. He checked the one by Lamas and then landed a brutal one of his own. He clipped him with the left hand there. Nice jab by Lamas. And another beautiful leg kick. And
He's starting to turn it up now.
Yeah, you can't take too many of those.
Looking for his 6th title defense.
Again.
And he sets it up with the hands, Joe, like you're talking about.
Exactly. Lamas is trying to just throw it, and every time he does, it gets checked, and now Aldo just tags him with 2 in a row. And that leg is starting to feel like hamburger meat.
No question, and a good use of the teep again by Aldo. To the body.
Aldo's starting to turn it up.
A lot less movement from Ricardo Lamas.
And again with that wheel kick.
He's going after some things, but Aldo sees them all coming. Under 90 seconds on the clock here in round 2. The left hook, right kick is José's specialty.
It's a classic Muay Thai combination.
Yeah.
Left to the body and then the right leg kick.
They call that the Dutchie.
There's a beautiful counter right leg kick right there. He realizes where Lama's going to be. He knows he's going to be planted after he throws the technique and times it brilliantly. There's a nice high kick by Lamas. Just blocked. Oh, his leg gave out. He's hurting.
Big time. Spin by José Aldo.
I mean, we've seen what all those leg kicks have done, especially to Uriah Faber. One of the more painful fights we've ever had to call.
It was hard to watch.
It was. Oh, man.
And he put it on Mark Hominick, too. Oh, and again.
Those are brutal. And that one where you don't hear anything, those are the ones that hurt the worst.
We were talking about that earlier in the broadcast during the prelims. The foot was slapping. When you don't hear it, when it's a thud, that is damaging.
Lamas is still in it to win. He's trying. He's just getting outclassed here.
Fight!
It only takes a few well-placed low kicks, especially from a guy like José Aldo, to drastically change the complexion of a fight.
Well, Lamas is kicking with that leg, so it's still okay.
He hasn't switched his stance at all.
He had some success with that kick. That switch to the body, and there another one slams home.
I mean, if you want to put a textbook on how to fight on your feet, you might just go ahead and write it on José Aldo.
Well, when we were talking about the debate of the pound-for-pound best fighter, Aldo's always been in the heat.
Yes.
There's another one. But even more so now, because George St. Pierre is out, and because Anderson lost to Chris Weidman, Oh, beautiful setup.
Again,
he faked the
great
knee.
combinations.
Oh, my God. Fantastic.
That's just nasty.
It's perfect.
That's why the textbook should have a bunch of pictures of him in it.
Look at that. Lamas goes to the single. And Aldo with a beautiful takedown defense.
And one thing, and we've talked about this before, being a soccer player at a high level, like José Aldo, really helps with your kicks because you step into that kick.
Absolutely. And Lamas going up high with that kick. Yeah, it's certainly, oh
Like that.
man,
Yeah.
another one. It just develops incredible power in the snap to the hips. Kenny Florian was a great soccer player before he became an MMA fighter, and he had fantastic kicks.
Played at Boston College. Leg kicks landed. Actually, Lamas with more, but the majority of Lamas's leg kicks have been checked by the champion.
Yeah, those shouldn't count as landed. I mean, they're thrown, but, you know, it's like a blocked punch.
Right.
It still does damage. I mean, obviously, block strikes do damage. Munoz was knocked out by a blocked kick of Lyoto Machida, and Lamas goes up high with that one.
Lamas is still in it, as you have mentioned a few times, as we reach just about the midway point of this 5-round championship fight. José Aldo and Renan Barão, the only Brazilian champions right now in the UFC.
And Aldo and Barão, much like when we talked about Daniel Cormier and Cain Velasquez, training partners that really push each other.
Iron sharpens iron.
Both are so elite, and it's a huge asset to have another world champion like that in your camp, especially a world champion like Barão, who's also considered at the top of the pound-for-pound list.
Both men have only lost once in their entire careers.
Oh, nasty left to the body and right to the legs. That's Ernesto Hoost 101.
The Dutchie. Checked again.
Aldo throws that as good as anybody on the planet.
In all, we have had 9 Brazilian champions in UFC history. Of course, Junior dos Santos, Anderson Silva, the longtime champ, Lyoto Machida, amongst others.
Lamas is trying to win. I mean, he's not intimidated. He's still throwing. There's a nice inside leg kick by Lamas. There's a right hand by Lamas.
Aldo is landing at a very high percentage.
Here's something to consider, and here's something that Lamas has considered. Aldo tends to fade.
Yes.
And one of the reasons he tends to fade is because he's such a big guy for 145 pounds and he cuts a lot of weight. Has that changed? Because this camp, he seemed to be much healthier going into the weigh-ins. We'll find out if he's made that adjustment, which many people assessed as a chink in his armor. But if Lamas can make it into the 4th and 5th rounds, things could get interesting if Aldo slows down the way he did with Hominick. He just tagged him. Lamas just tagged him with the right hand. Remember the 5th round where Mark Hominick had Aldo on his back.
About 20 seconds away from the championship rounds. Aldo also went the distance with Kenny Florian and with Frankie Edgar.
And that's another fight where he slowed down. The Edgar fight where a lot of people thought that Edgar did enough towards the last couple rounds to make it very, very close.
Round 4.
Now let's see if Aldo starts to fade. Let's see if Lamas can do something to push Aldo. And for him, hopefully get some success.
Nice. Well, you know, and you talk about great kickers. You saw Pedro Rizzo in the corner of José Aldo.
Lamas looking for the takedown here.
Pederneiras fought once in the UFC against Pat Miletich at UFC 21 in July of '99.
Look at this, Lamas has Aldo up in the air, and Aldo's just hanging on to him. There's a lot of wasted energy for Lamas, carrying Aldo's body weight.
José Aldo's takedown defense is as good as anyone's in MMA.
It might be the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sensational. I mean, the Hominick fight when he was on his back, he was basically just exhausted.
He has the 4th highest takedown defense rate in UFC history, behind Jones, Gleison Tebow, and Eddie Wineland. But if you start taking into account the fights, etc., you're absolutely right. You can make that argument, Joe. And he's perfect here tonight. Our stats brought to you by Ram Trucks. Guts, glory, Ram.
The only thing that Aldo's really been missing in his last few fights is finishes. The Mendes fight was the last fight that he finished. The Kenny Florian fight, the Mark Hominick fight. Well, then Chan Sung Jung,
but he separated his shoulder.
Yeah, but he hurt himself.
And Aldo had a broken foot in that fight too. And Mendes, he finished with 1 second left in the round.
Lamas looking to hang on the neck of Aldo, and he's trying to sneak his arm underneath the chin. And look at this, Aldo trips him and winds up on top. And now you're gonna see the ground game of José Aldo, which is outstanding. We just don't see it very often.
No, not at all.
But it's very, very high level.
He's got 15 wins by knockout, 1 by submission, 23 in all.
He's looking to step over that leg, and he may go for an arm triangle. Look for an arm triangle on the left side. If he could bypass that left butterfly hook, that left leg of Ricardo Lamas is what's keeping him from either achieving mount or from stepping over on side control.
And as we mentioned earlier, Lamas last month earned his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
He's stepping through here. Now he's gonna press down with that shin and separate and pull that right leg out. See how he's pressing down? He's trying to soften him up with punches.
Just missed with the elbow.
And Lamas trying to slide underneath him and possibly elevate and sweep. Lamas with double underhooks here from the butterfly. Oh, look at that. Aldo mounted him. Big, big, big mistake.
He's got the hooks.
Big mistake for Lamas. And Lamas is going to stand up here, but Aldo tightens it down. He's got the choke.
Trying to lock in a submission.
He goes, notice how he immediately switches and goes palm to palm.
Look to finish the bully.
And look how Lamas has to turn towards the choke. Turn towards him. Right now it's not under his chin. He's not in danger. He switches arms. Now he goes to the choke with the other arm.
You saw him look towards his corner.
And Lamas is going to turn towards that choke. Turn towards the elbow. Look at this. Lamas is punching him while he's being choked. Uses that butterfly to get some space. Escape. He's out the back door. Very nice. But let's see if he can get Aldo down here. Aldo just took a big deep breath.
The knees of Lamas and the punches of Aldo in this position. Now 30 seconds left in this round.
Nasty elbows. Aldo just took a big look up at the clock.
Featherweight champion in UFC history.
Well, I'm impressed, first of all, that Lamas is not just still here, but is moving fine on those legs that have been kicked through a couple real hard kicks there. And he's swinging for the fences here against the champion. And Aldo didn't like that. He presses Lamas up against the cage. And it looks like he's trying to take Lamas down. And he does.
Rick, it's the footwork. Make him tight. You have to move.
Lamas, full guard.
Aldo 2 for 2 with his takedowns.
He's not going to have enough time.
And that's Lamas's corner. It's advising him. Aldo took him down right in front of Lamas's coaches.
Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Scramble a little bit.
Yes.
It's still front. It's still front.
Do the position, your position, then you hold the leg.
Gray Maynard traveled to Brazil to help José Aldo train for the Chad Mendes fight. Such great wrestlers. BJ Penn has been training at Novo and Yao as well.
Ricardo Lamas is trying to set up an omoplata on the right arm of José Aldo. He's trying to roll over, and Aldo defends it very nicely. He's trying to elevate him with his butterfly guard, trying to get those shins into the inside of the crotch of Aldo and elevate his hips to keep Aldo from being able to get any leverage in his punches. And then from there, he'll probably try to, oh, now Aldo mounted him again. The same thing, same mistake. Left an open butterfly guard, and Aldo very swiftly hopped right over.
Well, José Aldo said the best asset of Ricardo Lamas is his heart, and we've seen that on display here as we battle well into the 5th and final round.
Well, Lamas is showing good skills, but all those skills are just about as finely honed as a man can get.
Absolutely.
And there is no perfect fighter, but Aldo's pretty damn close. Now Lamas, he's got to buck up and go out the back door, and he does. Get to his feet quickly. He's got to get to his feet. And now Lamas is on top. Look at this. Aldo tired. Lamas on top. 2.5 minutes to go.
And as you mentioned before, right in front of Ricardo Lamas's team.
That's interesting.
You have 2 minutes to be a champ.
The referee is not letting Aldo put his toes in the cage. We've seen guys do that before and not get called on it.
Trying to bully him right here. Under 2 remains.
Push him away. Push him away.
Let's see what Ricardo Lamas can get going.
Jose trying to control the posture. He's kind of lost that.
Well, he's doing a good job at defending.
And good wrist control.
Yeah, Lamas has not been able to get off much. Oh, that's a good shot.
90 seconds remain in this featherweight title fight.
Another one.
Missed. Just over a minute.
There's another short shot.
Yeah, you hear the urgency in the corner of Lamas, covering the mouth of José Aldo. Ground strikes pretty even in this fight.
Looking for that slashing elbow. He lands it there.
This is the bully right here.
Well, if Lamas ever had an opportunity, this is it.
And he might need a finish to become the new champion.
Oh, he definitely needs a finish. Oh!
40 seconds.
Aldo controlling his posture now.
Pushing him towards the fence. Under 30. Great control of posture by José Aldo. Ricardo trying to shake free. Yeah.
And he's free.
He's going to run out of time, Joe. 15 seconds.
Big shots by Lamas.
Final 10 seconds of this championship fight.
Good job defensively by Aldo here.
Final seconds. It is all over. They go the distance. The belt on the line at 145. José Aldo and Ricardo Lamas.
And there's a check kick and a left to the body by Aldo. And there's that 1-2, boom. And there's the left and then the right leg kick behind it. Over and over again, he landed that. Here it is, left, left to the body, boom, right leg kick, left, right leg kick. Loves that combination.
By unanimous decision, and still the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José Aldo Júnior.
Mendes. Here we go! Blue trunks for Chad Mendes. Green trunks for José Aldo. Mendes with the early leg kick.
He's putting pressure on him right away. The whole theme of his training camp was to make Aldo work. Aldo is, in my opinion, most dangerous in the first round. And Mendes really wants to mimic the game plan of Frankie Edgar, and we saw in that first round, Edgar took a lot of damage from Aldo via jab and leg kicks, but
nice combination by the champion.
Oh.
Nice counter.
Vicious body shot landed by Aldo.
Oh, he caught him with that left, Brian.
That's the danger. When you want to make him work, this is what happens. You awake the sleeping giant.
Look at her sweep the leg again. José Aldo got clipped.
He also landed a nice right hand right before he got caught with an overhand of his own.
A lot of kicks early for Mendes. Ooh! Aldo down for a moment and
Big
right
left
back up.
hook. Big left hook by Mendes. That stunned him.
And that makes a statement early.
It certainly does.
Oh, just missed with that uppercut. Mendes says, I am now a complete mixed martial artist.
And you could see a lot of confidence on the face of Chad Mendes right now.
Yeah, he'll unleash now. Not just wrestling, the striking, the clinch game, everything in his arsenal.
And he's got to be careful because at any moment José Aldo can strike, as Chad learned in his first fight.
Chad said, I got complacent literally for a second, and it cost me the fight. Good left again by Mendes.
Chad worked extensively on checking leg kicks. We saw it in José Aldo's fight against Chan Sung Jung. He only kicked the Korean Zombie once and broke his foot because he kicked so hard.
Well, the kicking display against Uriah Faber was at times hard to watch.
Oh.
Jose was so dominant against the California Kid. The California Kid so tough he was hanging in there.
And his entire leg turned purple after that fight.
TJ Dillashaw shocked the world, defeating Renan Barão. Can his teammate do it tonight here in Rio?
Another nice leg kick there from Mendes, but he eats a body kick from Aldo.
Just about to the midway point of the first of the potential 5 5-minute rounds.
Interesting to see Mendes is standing right in front of Aldo. Talked to him this week, that was not something he wanted to do. He wanted to cut more angles and work around the more stationary fighter in José Aldo.
He also wants that pressure factor. He wants to be in the face of José Aldo, and he is so far.
He is doing that. He is making Aldo work, no doubt.
Mendes, that 5-fight win streak, 4 of the wins by knockout, 4 straight in fact. On the counter with the left.
Oh, another nice left hand from Mendes. Ooh, huge
Big
combination
by Aldo.
Everything Aldo lands hurts,
And
but there you
Mendes
see.
with a smile, which means it probably hurt.
Yeah, shrugs it off.
There's the first big leg kick. Aldo gets out of the way of the kick from Mendes.
He checked that nicely with his knee. Oh,
Aldo with the body.
Aldo went to the body, but he ate a beautiful counter left hook, and a nice combination there from Chad Mendes.
Yeah, the hands just look very, very good so far for Mendes. Bang Ludwig has been such a huge factor at Team Alpha Male.
And interesting for this camp, Dwayne Ludwig actually wasn't there with Mendes for the last month. But so far, so good in gaining the respect of Aldo on the feet.
Well, Martin Kampman doing a nice job with the striking as well.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Stay there. Are you okay?
Accidental eye poke.
Stay there, stay there. Away, Jose.
Chad's hyped up.
Yeah, this is exactly what he doesn't want. He doesn't want Aldo getting a chance to rest.
Can you see?
He wants to keep the pace high.
Doctor, stay where you are, please.
And you can see right there, he's trying to get his range and block those punches and parry him, and his fingers are wide and catches Aldo right in the eye. Look, this is the exact opposite of what Mendes wants. That's why he wants to get this thing started. He wants to keep that pace high. The only chinks in the armor of José Aldo we've seen come in rounds 4 and 5, like the Hominick fight, like the Frankie Edgar fight.
Both which, by the way, he still won.
Oh.
Aldo comes out strong. Mendes right in his face again. Wow. Look at that combination. Oh, huge knee.
He
Mendes.
eats it. Oh, look how fast Aldo gets back up.
Mendes put him down. Aldo just bounces right back to his
Oh!
Big left hook by José Aldo.
He lands again on top.
Trying to finish Mendes.
Mendes has got to try and control all those wrists here and recover.
That's another big left.
Oh, and he's in the mount.
20 seconds on the clock. He rocked him. And Mendes is out.
This is the danger when you want to make the champ work. This is how he works.
Put another left on the side of the head of Mendes. Uppercut.
Chad still hasn't recovered.
Oh my!
That was way after the buzzer. That last right hand was way after the buzzer.
Trying to tame the tiger.
Well, he said, don't hit it with a twig.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's the referee's job when he knows that buzzer's coming. He's got to get in between the fighters when they're exchanging like that.
Mendes scored early, looks confident, but José Aldo able to push it to that gear.
And he
and
rocked
again,
him.
Mendes says, okay, I've improved a lot, Jose hasn't. I say to you again, Brian, though, how much more can he improve?
Oh. His technique is as sound as it gets. He showed there when he puts out a lot of output, he hurts people bad. He hurt Chad very badly twice in that round, and Chad would be very wise to try and keep this in the clinch or get it to the mat.
Mendes said, accidental.
You know, it's accidental, but, you know, in round one, when he poked Aldo in the eye, it benefited José Aldo. This could very well benefit Mendes. He may not have recovered from that right hand yet. Oof. Went for the knee and the toes. Ouch.
We've had 9 Brazilian champions in UFC history. The only one active is José Aldo. And Chad Mendes wants to make it an American sweep. They continue. So quick. So is Aldo.
Both of these guys are incredible athletes.
Longtime soccer player, José Aldo.
Mendes moving a lot more now here in round 2 than he was in round 1.
And he's switching his stance often as well.
Now, he's doing what he wanted to do and making Aldo work. If he can survive this round, we'll see how much of the gas tank is left for José Aldo, who's known to fade a little bit because he cuts so much weight to get to 145 pounds.
Mendes, a little bit of red on that left leg, but he wants to keep that leg in and out, so Aldo just can't start to tee off on it.
Man, that's part of the reason why Mendes is switching stances so
Absolutely.
much. Get that left leg out of harm's way. I don't care what weight class it is. If José Aldo hits you in the leg, that would drop heavyweight.
Nicely done, José Aldo. A little classic Muay Thai there. Checked.
Here's what Aldo wants.
Ah, Mendes says, I got that kick.
But this is what Aldo wants. He wants Mendes standing in front of him. This is where he excels. You give José Aldo a stationary target, he will unleash combinations that are devastating.
To the body. Mendes again.
Nice body kick.
With that lead left, and he switches with the right side.
Very smart of Chad Mendes to start attacking the body of Aldo if his game plan is to attrit him.
That's a heavy leg kick.
And missed, though.
Just past the midway point of the second round of this championship fight.
And see, this is the pace where the champ gets criticized a little bit. Did tremendous damage to finish round 1 when he was being offensive. Now he's kind of happy to counter and use that laser jab of his.
17-fight winning streak for Aldo. Has not lost since 2005.
Look at that jab. Unbelievable. So fast. Really put that on display in the Frankie Edgar fight. Oh, huge combination countered there by Chad Mendes.
Mendes again, that kick was checked. To the body.
Oh.
Vicious hook to the body by Aldo.
See if Jose keeps the combinations going or starts to go one punch at a time.
Not a whole lot of takedown attempts from Chad Mendes, and again, that's just due to the takedown defense of Jose Aldo. Gray Maynard has gone down there to train with those guys and come back saying, look, I'm a 155-pounder and a big one at that, and I couldn't get Jose down. And that's in training when guys are tired.
Yeah.
I asked his coach, Andre Pedernera, said, hey, does anybody get Jose down? He says, only when I get him really, really tired. Some of the guys from the Brazilian national wrestling team can get him down, but it's usually at the end of practice and they can't hold him down.
Yeah, after 10 rounds for Aldo, right?
Yeah.
Pretty even round 2.
Ooh, another nice body shot by Aldo.
You see a little swagger and some confidence in Mendes.
Yeah, well, now he's recovered. He's recovered from that late combination in round 1.
Oh, head kick.
I was surprised that Aldo didn't come out a little bit more aggressive in trying to capitalize on the fact that he hurt Mendes so bad.
Mendes tried to stutter step in. Best footwork at Team Alpha Male possessed by the bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw.
Certainly.
Final seconds of the round.
Oh, nice left hand there from Mendes right as he switches stance.
Also a member of Team Alpha Male.
Oh,
Aldo comes out swinging.
everything he throws is so vicious.
Checked. Pedernera said to Jose Aldo, you're up 2-0. And another poke. That's a danger of pushing away with that open hand.
It is. Aldo getting a little frustrated as well.
It was the left eye the first time, now it's the right eye.
Yeah, and Chad's just, he's got to tighten up those fingers when he's in close like that.
Listen good, okay? You have to think about your technique. That's 2 times now. Listen to me, please. Think about your technique. I know you're not doing it on purpose. If it happens again, I will be forced to take a point. Please think about your hands, okay? Thank you. Okay. 2 times I've told him he has to think about his technique, okay? This is accidental. If it happens again, I'm going to be forced to take a point. You understand? Concentrate on your fight. Thank you.
Mark Goddard taking control of the situation.
Climb in.
Accidental. The battle continues. But if it happens again, a point deduction to Mendes, and that could be huge if this fight goes the distance.
These guys are chucking now. Oh, huge left hand there, lands right in the bridge of the nose of Aldo.
Very early here in round 3.
Ooh.
Just missed with that left hook.
The speed of the champion is incredible. Nice body shot there from Aldo.
Combinations like Andre Pedernera's called for. The only featherweight champion in UFC history. Switching back and forth again.
And Aldo feints a little bit before his combinations. He's disrupting the rhythm there of Aldo, and that's having some success landing his shots. When he stands straight like this, this is where he eats a lot of those jabs from Aldo.
Coming into tonight, Aldo has never been knocked down. Caught him with that quick hook.
It looked like he was knocked down from that left hand in round 1. So
that's why I said coming into tonight. Pressuring is the champion.
When Aldo decides to get off first, it is tough to stop.
Oh my. And this is a case, Brian, of Chad Mendes could still very well win this fight. But this is a case of Chad Mendes going, I've improved exponentially, but still Jose Aldo has an answer.
Yeah, no, this fight's not unwinnable for either man right now. With the way these guys are throwing, it wouldn't surprise me to see one of them unconscious before the end of this 5th round.
Aldo has won 9 straight title fights. 9-0 in fights scheduled for 5 rounds. Just past the midway point of this championship bout.
And Aldo's coach told him, he said, make sure you finish the round well. Wants him to close these rounds with 2 minutes left. We'll see how active he is in that last minute.
Make that statement in the judges' minds.
Not that many kicks from Aldo.
And not that many takedown attempts by Mendes.
Oh,
got him.
Oh, and again,
Pushing
he's
forward.
The champ is
Aldo
done.
dropped. But he answers.
And Chad's got to be careful going in there with his hands low.
Jose got him. Exactly what we talked about.
Oh, big knee.
What a sequence. Big shots by Aldo.
Both of these guys are still rocked.
Mendes.
Oh, the takedown defense of Aldo is just incredible.
Absolutely.
Even when Chad ducks under the punches, gets in on the hips, he just can't even move him backwards.
Aldo's looking at Mark Goddard saying, is he intelligently defending himself? And Mark said yes.
Yeah, he's wishful thinking there. It wasn't long enough. But, oh, another big left hook to the champ, and again. Oh!
Mendes, this is the best thing he can do is tie up Aldo right here.
Very smart.
Foot stomp.
It shows he wasn't that rocked by that left hook if he's able to duck under and get that high crotch and get the lift.
Old school foot stomp. And as you mentioned, Aldo suffered a broken foot. It was on a kick against Chan Sung Jung.
Now, anything that Chad can do to maintain this position so that Mark Goddard doesn't separate them, whether it be knees.
Right in front of Bang Ludwig.
Boy, what recovery by Aldo. He was hurt bad.
Mendes missed on the last few. Got him on that one. But you said it, Brian. He's got to be careful still. Don't drop the hands. And boom, Aldo scored.
They're in there talking to each other. Mendes just said something, and both guys smiled at each other.
I mean, there was some bad blood back and forth, but the reality is these two guys respect each other.
Yeah, especially when you knock each other around like this.
Wow, what a round. Way to go before we get there.
We've never seen the champ endure that much damage in the first 3 rounds before. But several times now, he's rocked Chad Mendes.
The Rio de Janeiro fans trying to support the native of Manaus.
Mendes listened to Bang Ludwig. He asked for more movement. We'll see if Aldo will finish his combinations with more kicks like Andre Pedernera's asked for.
Team Alpha Male worked so long and so hard to get a UFC belt to Sacramento. They have a chance tonight to get their second inside the gym by beating another brilliant Brazilian. Renan Barão, TJ Dillashaw, Mendes and Aldo here tonight.
And it just shows how hard it is to win that belt. And they finally got their first belt with TJ Dillashaw in such a talented camp. American Top Team, one of the best camps in the world, has never had a UFC belt.
Especially considering how dominant a fighter Uriah Faber had been over the years. To the body.
Punch, that was a punch. The hand was closed.
Aldo tried to say that was an eye poke. Mark Goddard on top of it said it was a punch. Nice uppercut there from Mendes again.
Chad does need to be careful though, because in a close fight like this, a point deduction could be costly.
Huge. It would be absolutely huge, and crazy to think that he could get a point deduction for an eye poke, and Aldo didn't get one for 2 late punches that rocked the challenger badly after round 1.
Great point. But he get the point deduction for a 3rd eye poke. 3 minutes.
Ooh, another nice jab. And look at the left eye of Jose Aldo. And
he's saying accidental headbutt. And Goddard saying, let's just fight. Uppercut again. A lot of bleeding out of the left eye. Or under the left eye of Jose Aldo. A little cut near the forehead. See that on the hairline of Mendes? So there might have been an accidental headbutt.
Yes.
But the action continues.
Well, the initial, what Jose Aldo thought was a poke in the eye was actually an uppercut from Chad Mendes. Able to see the replay here. Maybe we'll be able to show it to you guys in between rounds at home.
Much different than fight 1. that ended with 1 second on the clock in the very first round.
Yeah, well, when I asked Aldo about the striking improvements from Mendes, he said, all I see is a right hand. He's got no other weapons. I am sure José Aldo's opinion has changed now.
Aldo trying to turn the corner. Mendes with that huge windup.
He's starting to look.
He might have gotten poked.
He's starting to look for that uppercut a little too much. You gotta be careful Aldo doesn't hit him with a left hook.
Mark Goddard says, nope, continue to fight, boys. Checked.
Nice right hand counter there from Aldo.
Every round has been close, Brian.
It has. You know, I think this is, out of all those rounds, this may be the one that most definitely being won by Mendes right now. Oh, nice combination there from Mendes again. You know,
Mendes, the attacker, the aggressor.
Ooh, big
here
right
in this
hand.
round.
Now, round one is tough to score. Both guys hurt each other, but the most significant damage actually came after the bell. How did the judges score round one?
Just missed with the right.
Aldo has not gone back to those kicks like his coaches asked for. We saw that in his last fight as well, where it really hurt his foot when he just kicked so hard that when you check him like he just did to Mendes, it does tremendous damage to his own foot.
And he said pre-fight, I'm gonna land some kicks, I'm gonna change the complexion of this fight, I'm gonna beat him again. Under 30.
Ooh, another nice combination from Aldo. He's really trying to close this round and just misses on the double knee.
Well, that shows he's still got some cardio in the tank and explosiveness.
There's no doubt he's still throwing plenty of power.
Mark Goddard right on top of the action. He wants to jump right in. 5 minutes remain. Mendes strikes first. Caught him with the left. And again, 2 hooks have connected to the jaw of José Aldo.
That right hand that Aldo just landed on Mendes seemed to stop Mendes right in his tracks.
Aldo came to Rio de Janeiro at age 17 with literally nothing.
His story is remarkable. Him living on the gym, cleaning the gym.
Grew up in the tough streets of Manaus.
And that's really the story of almost all the fighters of Nova União.
Trying to put him down. And he does. Aldo looking at Andre Pederneiras.
Excellent timing on that double leg by Mendes.
Chad's got to stay busy here, try to advance.
Doesn't want to lose this position, the referee standing him up. He's got to try and get one of his arms around the head of Aldo and then rotate him away from the fence. He's going to try to do it around his waist, and you can see Aldo getting his legs back to the fence now.
Can Chad earn points from this position, Brian? Or is he better off standing and trading with Aldo?
Now, he's controlling the position right now, so yes. But he's allowing Aldo to rest a little bit, which could come back to bite him if Aldo's able to get up.
And if Mendes is behind on the scorecards, he's got to finish this fight, obviously.
Yeah, I would think Mendes needs.
Yeah.
I think Mendes needs to win this round.
I agree. At the very least. Aldo pushing forward still. Just over 3 minutes remain. Oh, nice combination. The champion with the knee. And he slides out of harm's way. Watch out, Chad Mendes.
Incredible. He catches the knee to the chest, goes for the takedown, although still able to recover.
This may be the largest test of the UFC featherweight champion's career. And he hasn't gassed out.
No, and I'll agree with that. You know, the Mark Hominick fight, he gassed out.
Yes, and that was kind of my point, right?
He had a lot of trouble cutting the weight, almost passed out doing some of the promotions for that fight the week of. He's never taken damage like this, but he has weathered it and landing some beautiful combinations here in round 5.
And as I mentioned earlier, José Aldo 5-0 in 5-round fights that go the distance. Uppercut. 2 minutes remain. Oh, rocked again with the right hand.
Oh, nice
Both
jab there from
men going
Mendes.
for the finish. Man, if we get to the last 30 seconds of this fight, watch out. Buckle up.
Just shows the kind of conditioning these two men have, that they've been able to recover.
Aldo turns the corner nicely. 90 seconds remain.
See Mendes, both guys exhausted, but Mendes sitting right in front of Aldo here a little bit too much.
Chad tried that lead left hook. Ducks under.
Excellent timing.
Look at the takedown defense of Aldo, though.
No, that's not a groin shot. That's not a groin shot.
Mendes has got a minute.
1 minute remains in our championship fight. The rematch.
Very close fight. I think both men can try and steal the round right now. I would put José Aldo ahead so far in round 5.
Jose has been pushed. As you said, Brian, perhaps unlike never before, but he's had the answer.
Now, so many of these rounds have been close. Both guys getting hurt. I'm glad I'm not a judge and instead sit next to you tonight.
Uppercut. 20 seconds.
Another nice leg kick check by Aldo.
10 seconds remain. Swing and a miss.
Oh, nice right hand from Mendes.
Pushing forward. They go the distance.
I knew that Mendes wanted to push the pressure. And there he is right at the beginning of the round. Hits Aldo with a nice left hook, but then he knocks down Mendes. Big uppercut there from the champion. Really putting on, that was the end of round 1 after the buzzer, but had Mendes rocked badly. Round 2, nice body shot there from the champion. Really was just back and forth striking. Beautiful head kick. In round 3, there was one of many huge uppercuts landed by the challenger. They followed up with 2 of those left hooks and stunned the champion. Came forward, thought he was going to finish Aldo, and then Aldo rocked Mendes. Back and forth. And then round 4, really the most dominant, I believe, by Chad Mendes. Really was getting off first, moving, being very smooth with his combinations. In round 5, Aldo landed several very nice punches, but a big double leg there from Mendes. Nice combination there from the champion. Defends the takedown. Tough one to score, but back and forth, incredible.
And still, the undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, José